And we are live.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Warmest regards.
What's another way you can say hi, but like fancy?
Alphabet-
Greetings. No, not in English. Greetings.
Grüß Gott.
All. What? I want to have a translation of all the ways we can say "Hey, everybody," but not say "Hey, everybody."
That's a great. When we get international, that's keep that locked in because we'll have "Hey, everybody" in all the languages.
Okay, Mr. Speaks German. How do you say "Hey, everybody" in German?
Specifically, "Hey, everybody." I have no idea. Yeah.
Is that what the language called? German? I just want to make sure.
I'm not answering that
because you
question.
know how you can go to different countries and they have names for the language. I just wanted to make sure.
You know, they don't speak Brazilian in Brazil. That's correct. But
yeah,
I'm not.
Because maybe they have another language that they,
I'm not,
you know. What? That was not a dumb question.
Okay.
Welcome to your late ass morning sip. Barely rolled up out the bed, struggling to get on track. Show of local news, what's happening, and
real world mess.
Because if it's one thing we are, it's a little messy.
Speak for yourself. I am buttoned up, eyes dotted, T's crossed. Look,
you of all
I
people.
even stopped wearing shorts on the show. You know what I'm saying? I stopped wearing t-shirts. I feel thorough.
I stopped wearing t-shirts. That's a lie.
On the show? Go back in the shows and see the last time I wore a t-shirt. Go back on the show and see the last time I wore a t-shirt.
Has Jay graduated? Look at that.
So,
I just want to brag.
My eyes crossing my T's. You know
I just want to brag real quick. I got these sunglasses from Five Below. When I tell you, I feel so regal in these bad boys.
Cheap heifer.
Yeah, because the hair store trying to get you for $15.
Right. So,
ain't no way.
All right, you're gonna take those off now because I can't. One thing I don't do is talk to people inside with sunglasses on.
Oh, I know you're not talking, Mister. He literally hasn't had glasses for how long?
But why? You don't have a reason. You don't have a good reason.
You had your reason was was lazy.
I'm trifling. Yeah.
Temperature check.
Yes.
How you feeling, Jay?
I'm pretty good. I've actually been sleeping well this week so far. This has been a reasonable week, which means busy but not insanely busy. I don't have anything that's like stressful, immediately in front of me. All the things I have over the next week or so are things that I enjoy doing. So I'm actually pretty good. I'm actually pretty good right now. Yeah.
He's not. I don't know if you planned on talking about it, but I wanted to just say that.
Nope. I don't even know what you're going to say.
Jay posted a very thought out post that his aunt sent him.
Oh, okay.
About his cousin. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to say that I am extremely proud of you because I know that was a rough time. And I know that is a rough subject. And that day specifically was rough for you. And I want to talk about this later in the show.
Sure.
But in no means, we are not celebrities. We don't think of ourselves as celebrities. But I think a lot of people forget that outside of the fun, loud Naj and Jay, that we have real things going on in our lives. And I just wanted to acknowledge that.
I appreciate
let you know that I'm here for you, dog.
Oh man, no. Since you said something, I obviously have to say something back.
And also sending flowers and love to your family for what they plan on doing.
Yeah, I mean, being brief for a couple of different reasons. My aunt deserves a tremendous amount of credit. I don't know if credit is the right word, but she is, the way that she has handled losing her son has been incredible. Obviously, she's carrying a kind of pain that no mother should ever have to carry. And that is something that could break anybody. And to see her do what Black people do, which is turn lemons into lemonade, by creating an organization that has the potential to help who knows how many people for the foreseeable future who suffered the same way that my cousin did, is as noble as it gets. And I just, since you brought it up, feel obligated to say that. And it has been a wildly difficult year for me. And it really started on the 15th of July, 2024. And
wow,
you all saw on the show, there was over the course of the year some times where I came on and did the temperature check when I was very low. And I'm good right now. And I've also been reflecting on the past year, because y'all really have no idea. And to an extent you won't, because I don't air my dirty laundry and believe firmly in that. But I think the only thing that I'd want to communicate regarding all of that is I did my best to keep it together, and I think I did pretty well, and that's not about me. The point is that if you came across me and I was low or kind of cranky, consider, if you're dealing with someone who's cranky, that there might be a really good reason for it. And that doesn't give me the space to act however I want and do whatever I want and to just, be nasty to people. But I carried a heavy load last year, and I'm not the only one. That's the point. So everyone can be a little more empathetic, gentle, sweet, and thoughtful when you're responding to someone who's being nasty, because most of the time, even if they do cross a line, there's a reason for it, and that's not to excuse anything, but just sometimes take a step back and be thoughtful with someone who's clearly not in a good space, because it's probably for a reason. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel compelled.
Uh-oh. It's just a damn temperature check. We don't even have this on the list of things to talk about.
I feel compelled.
You're dragging me into deep waters.
Jay has carried a very heavy weight over the last several years, but last year in particular was really, really rough. And sometimes you can tell when people are really going through things. Like, you could tell just by their hair graying, you could tell by just bags under their eyes. You could just tell, you feel it. You feel that heaviness. I can tell you, I think there was only one time where I felt the heaviness. And I consider him the strong friend out of the group, out of the duo. He's the strong friend. But there was only one time where I actually felt the heaviness from him. He carries it so well, while also simultaneously working with children who have troubled home lives, while working with people who are nuts, while me, while getting on stage, multiple times a month to serenade brand new couples and their families, regardless of what's going on in his life. Like, you are really strong. And sometimes I look at him and I'm like, why, not that I want you to, but why haven't you broken? Why haven't you, because me, you know me, I'll be a mess. But Jay is extremely strong while still living life through everything that he's gone through. And the other thing is being the strong person while hurting. That's another thing. So I just really hope that you sit back, and I know what he's about to do, because he always does the same thing. He can't take compliments, or not. It's not even a compliment yet. But I'm so proud of you for the person that you are, despite what's happening around you.
I appreciate that.
Oh, wow. You was just going to not let me finish.
No.
Because maybe I had more to say.
Go ahead, say what you got to say.
No, that's it. I just want you to know that I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. And I'll stop here just to respond appropriately. I appreciate you saying that and recognizing it. And I think fundamentally, there's a couple of pieces. There's a couple of reasons why I'm able to be strong. And one of those is I have a very strong support network. My family, my friends are incredible. They checked in on me, and they all sustain me. From I have a really great support network, and it makes a huge difference. And also, I'm able to recognize that we all go through struggles, and I should say, I have a very fortunate existence. So there's going to be times when it gets hard and life will life, but I am fortunate. And so for me, I have a responsibility to keep kicking. And yeah, that's kind of what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Naj, how are you today? How are you feeling? How's your temperature?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I honestly, I'm gonna just be, because we keep it real with y'all. That's what we do. We got a podcast license, so we gonna just talk about anything.
A podcast license. That's great.
No, I'm gonna be keep it real straight. I have been very discouraged with the city of Wilmington. I've been very, very I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to go nowhere. There are a select few people that I want to be around and talk to, but I've been very, very discouraged with a lot of different things. And so I've been struggling with that because we have this show that we have dedicated. Nobody made us do this. But we have obligated ourselves to get on here and do this show. And one of our main things is talking about all of, Delaware and Wilmington and what's going on. And talking about the who's who and all that, but I've been so disappointed and discouraged by a lot of the people and things happening that I haven't even wanted to do the show. And if it weren't for Jay, I would not be sitting here. So I've been grappling with that, but I've also been really, really on the other side of it. I've been really, really happy about my album coming together and all the plans that I have for it. I'm very excited about that. And I've been really happy with my job. I love what I do. So I'm in a weird space. I don't know how to quite describe that or pick that apart, but that's just where I am. So.
Cool.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let us get into what's going on. So real quick, flowers, and this is from Delaware Black. They posted about Louise Jewett. Is it Jewett? Olympic hopeful as first recruit for nation's first D1 HBCU women's wrestling program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ranked number 3 nationally at 140 pounds. Was Missouri's all-time leader in wins and 2024-2025 KC Stars Female Athlete of the Year. She's making history.
Yeah. And I'll add to that. My brother was a wrestler. He wrestled at Del State too. And he was a really good high school.
Your brother wrestled at Del State?
Yeah, and he was a really good high school wrestler. And
did you wrestle?
I wrestled. So this is, I'm glad. So I wrestled I think I wrestled in 7th and 8th grade. Because I just, for whatever reason, I think the coaches were trying to make me I'm built the same as my brother. Everything would indicate that I'd be a great wrestler. But I hated it.
You got a skinny head. He got a fat head.
Yeah, but he got a fat head from wrestling. And I hated it. There's nothing fun about wrestling. It's miserable. You have a dude's butt in your face, and it's wildly uncomfortable. But
that's debatable. To some.
Exactly. I said it 4 times on purpose. And so after those 2 years of absolutely being like, why would anyone do this for fun? Wait, I stopped wrestling in high school till I got to my senior year because my stupid ass best friend who loved wrestling and wrestled all 4 years in high school was like, hey, Jay, we have a space at 130 pounds and I need you to step in and fill that space because we need a whole team. And me being a good friend who's reasonably athletic was like, fine, I'll do it. And I'll never forget having to like watch my weight over Thanksgiving so that I could wrestle in a stupid tournament. I say all that to say that it's a really hard sport that's really good for you. It makes you really, really tough, even though it's miserable. So,
Okay.
weight, it makes you really, really tough minded because there's nothing fun about it. You have to work really, really hard. And in as much as I thought it was the most miserable sport, I have a tremendous amount of respect for it because wrestlers not only have to work really hard, but there's still no like market for wrestling. Like you don't get paid a lot of money to wrestle. There's no like super rich professional wrestlers. You know what I mean? And you do it for the love. It makes you really, really strong. And I would highly recommend it for women specifically. Why? I've always been a little bit more athletic and a little bit more strong than my brother.
I hope he catches this.
No, he knows. He knows. But I'll never forget when he was like 16, like a sophomore as a wrestler, still smaller than me. And I was at this point in college, so much physically stronger and heavier even. And we got into a little tussle. I can fight. He took a hold of me, got me on the ground. It felt like an octopus and a boa constrictor had gotten on me at the same. It was like a boa constrictor with 8 arms had gotten on me. There was nothing I could do. I was completely incapacitated and I had no recourse. I was completely like, what is on me and how do I get it off of me? And that was when I learned how effective a good wrestler can be. And why do I say all that? Because that young lady will take most men who are significantly heavier than them and toss them around like children. And as we want strong women who don't have to worry about defending themselves, please, if you have the opportunity to have your daughter wrestle for a couple of years, maybe do jujitsu, she gonna be a problem and will have a significant amount of confidence that a lot of women don't have that they could have if they would do a really hard sport. So shout out to her for doing the hard work and for being a real badass. That's all.
Flowers to you. Yeah. Also, flowers. So I had the pleasure of attending Christina Cultural Arts Center's CCAC in the Garden at Mount Cuba last Friday to see Araya Love perform. And they announced that they have a building. Don't ask me where. Look it up. Because I can't remember. But they have a building that is going to be, they have like a bunch of different parking spaces, like 80 parking spaces, but they also are planning to have a lot of adult creative learning classes and stuff like that. Again, don't quote me. Like, this is what I remember from the night of the announcement, but it sounded amazing. So I wanted to give them flowers because they're celebrating 80 years. 80 years with, you know, the constant search
assault on the arts.
Listen, search for funding and people who are really going to dedicate themselves to these, to the community and everything that they offer, everything that they've gone through, the premise of community changing over the last several decades, COVID, like CCAC has been a cultural staple in the city of Wilmington for 80 years. So I just wanted to give them flowers as a CCAC alumni. And they also posted that they have an ad, if it would come up, because okay, they have an ad on a dart bus. They have an ad on a dart bus. That is like so cool. So you can find that. It says they have rising stars, Rylan, future Disney songstress, Justin, multifaceted dancer, and KJ, their very own future Louis Armstrong that is on the bus. And it's so cool. So flowers to y'all, to everyone who has been a part of building CCAC and who continues to build and grow with CCAC, and all of those beautiful children. I got to see them dance as well, because they had some dance performances, and it was beautiful to see. So I just wanted to give them flowers. So
absolutely,
we love you, CCAC. Oh, Jay is also an alumni too.
Yeah, absolutely. I studied guitar there, and I took piano with Dennis Fortune. So
Yep.
Yeah, I was very fortunate.
Yes.
Did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
Sorry, just want to make sure.
You were wrestling with that in your mind, weren't you?
No, I hate wrestling.
See what I did there? Wrestling in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Zookie is back. Okay, that Zookergy is back. So she was in LA. She's back now, and she just dropped her new album, which is so good. And she's a great storyteller. I just had her perform at the Delaware Art Museum. She was amazing, and she is having a official Pride Party brought to you by Queer AFC, and it is July 18. So they got S. Music for the DJ. You got performances, signature Pride themed cocktails, hookah, 21 plus, and it's going to be at the Loft Lounge Inc., which is at 102 East 13th Street. But most importantly, make sure you go and listen to her album. When I tell you, her storytelling reminds me of oh my God, was this? Is it Slick Rick? Not Slick Rick. There is one of them.
Slick Rick is good.
Okay, so I think it is Slick Rick, because there's a song that he has. It's like a story, like literally, it's like he's telling a story,
like Lottie Dottie.
Yes, something like that. She's phenomenal. So make sure you go and you listen to this album. It's available on all streaming platforms. We love you, Zookie. We love your energy.
Zookie is when you talk about the star quality and the it factor.
Yeah,
she is the personification of that.
Absolutely.
She has that gift. And she actually is one of the people who has that gift who also isn't pompous.
Yes.
And is like cool to be around. Like she carries that in a she's not she doesn't put up a wall when she's off of the stage. She's still in that space, and it's actually really cool to see, because she could very well be one of those people who, well, she couldn't be because she is who she is, but there are people like that there are people who have the it factor who are nasty off stage.
Yes, and that is not her.
And she is not.
Now,
and it's really cool to see.
We could be treated differently because we are fans of hers. I don't know, but we love her and she loves us. So I just wanted to give her flowers. J. Joseph Taylor said the Orange Street building at the corner of 8th and Orange. If that's for CCAC, honey, I have no idea.
You don't know where that is?
I don't know where that is.
No, we were just almost pretty much there. Like, we were literally there.
Let me tell you something.
We were there.
I'm a Delawarean through and through.
Gosh, we were there.
But if there's one thing I'm not good at, it is directions. I need a landmark. Good Lord. Okay, I need to know, is there a Wawa, a Royal Farms, a restaurant?
So when he says that, does anything, we talked about this earlier, visualization, does nothing comes to mind?
Oh, Anne Latrice is on. We gotta go to this.
Okay.
Anne Latrice is on. So Anne Latrice, vocal powerhouse, prime entertainer. Sis, we love you. We need you. Okay? We need you. I just want everybody to send her tons of love, tons and tons and tons of love and prayers and beautiful, positive energy. We love you. I just want to put that out there.
100%.
And I'm going to call you. I was trying to give you some time, but now I see you, so I'm going to hit you up. But at the corner of 8th and Orange, okay.
You don't have any visual?
That means I have to figure out where 8th is. So if I know that...
You know where 4th is? Can you see 4th and Orange?
That's where the Chinese store is.
There you okay. You're doing all right.
That's 4th and Market.
Yeah, now go. You see the Salvation Army?
No.
Okay. That's okay. I'm just trying to see what you see when I say.
So if I'm at 4th at the corner at the Chinese.
Where's King Creative?
That's at 7th.
Yeah, so go up and then come down.
Come down where?
To Orange.
Where is Orange?
Okay, so that's why. Okay, cool.
I know Shipley.
Right. No. So you're right there. So it's Market, Shipley, Orange.
So King Creative, Shipley, because there's the church and Bumpy's, right?
Yep. There you go.
And then
we were there rehearsing. Black Joy.
I don't remember.
Oh, wow. Never mind. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, if that's what they own, child, then you know what? I love it. Okay. You wanted to talk about, Spotlight Delaware.
Okay, yeah, cool. Spotlight Delaware made a post, specifically Allison Levine. I think it might have been yesterday, where she was basically explaining that there has been a dilemma, whereas people from the right and left are putting pressure on the organization
for putting pressure on Spotlight Delaware.
Putting the spotlight on Spotlight Delaware.
Got it.
And it's like, as a perfect example, Democrats or liberals, some of them have said, well, why are you addressing city council concerns? Are you really for us? Like, why don't, what do you stand for? You know what I mean? And and it comes from the other side for the same kind of reasons, right? And from the very beginning, Spotlight Delaware has explicitly said, as I've been at some of these, I've taken pictures for some of their town hall meetings when they first started out, they have explicitly said, we are doing our best to be an unbiased news source in the state of Delaware. We don't care if you are extremely left or right. We just want to cover the stories accurately and give you something that isn't needed, because
give you something that isn't needed?
That is needed, I'm sorry. Because if you look at Fox News, it's wildly conservative and completely unbiased.
They're also
and
nuts.
If you go to, MSNBC, it's wildly liberal and not biased. And it's especially with the huge rift that is constantly there politically for all Americans right now, it feels like we need a space to be able to get these stories unspun and without bias. And when you do that effectively and in a way that people watch, then you start to get people coming at you like they want to control the narrative and they want to use your power to tell a story, to tell their story the way that they want it to be told. And that's not how it works, people. So let them do what they continue to do. There are a lot of stories across the state.
Yes, there are.
And liberals do some good things and liberals do some bad things. Conservatives do some good things and conservatives do some bad things. And there are stories that need to be told without bias. And thank God we have an organization that is committed to that. And it's a hard road because, one of the classic stories, and this is sort of on a tangent, is you talk about the ACLU, and there's that consistent story that you hear about how they supported the KKK's right to march. Because even though the KKK is a horrible, evil organization, they have a fundamental American right to protest and to march if they choose to, even if they're whack. And so you might not like to see MAGA out there. I disagree with most of what MAGA stands for, especially now with all this Epstein stuff making it clear that Trump is full of shit, wildly, blatantly. But they have every right to say certain things as long as it doesn't endanger anybody and within certain limits. And to take their rights slowly then encroaches upon my rights. And it's the same thing with media. The First Amendment, it's all right there. So for them to take a neutral angle, which doesn't really make sense, but for them to approach this with the spirit of neutrality so that we can just get a clear, unbiased picture of what's really going on, that allows us all to make better decisions and have better judgments about what we do, how things move.
Yeah. And be more understanding of other sides.
And it opens up the door for communication.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it couldn't be more needed now.
Oh my God.
Because one of the things that's given me a little bit of hope, despite my absolute disgust generally with Trump and MAGA, I've seen a little hope with this Epstein thing specifically, where you've seen MAGA purists be like, hold up. This is now, and it frustrates me on one hand because it took you this long to see it. Like, this guy's a casino owning, like, he's a pimp. He's just using this. It was obvious. Ew. So obvious to me.
Ew.
But at least you're starting to see it. And so having an unbiased place to talk about Epstein as example, even though they're not talking about that, the space to have something where we can take out the liberal bias and is a place where we could potentially come together. Keep doing the thing.
Anne Latrice says, yes, there is so much going out to the that the public has no idea of. It's become real commercial. Who decides what's news and what's not? I don't want to hear what's trending. I want to know what's being hidden. J. Joseph Taylor says, MF is coming at your neck because you're undermining their narrative. Imagine that.
That's it.
Ellen said, we need more practice in disagreeing and having discourse. J. Joseph Taylor said, I guess I should say being a fair referee rather than pushing the one narrative or another. I always tell people, I agree to disagree. Like, I have learned so... Actually, Jay is one of the reasons why I had to learn to be okay with disagreeing with someone or someone disagreeing with me. Because we have conflicting feelings about a lot of different stuff, but we still have to have conversation about it. And so it's been a learning experience doing the show with him, because I had to really understand this isn't an emotional attack. This is us having discourse.
So, and we'll stay here. I don't mind. I got time.
I mean, I don't, but...
Okay, well, I'll be real quick. As an example, okay, on one hand, if someone's voting to reinstate slavery, evil, 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 absolutely not. There's no place where we can agree, disagree, get out of my face, I want to fight you, right? But if we bring it to rent stabilization, right? That is one possible way to make things more affordable for people. There are other approaches and other insights and other theories that could get us to the same place. And that's a place for debate. That's a place for debate. And if someone says, hey, we need more free market, I might have my opinion and might say, well, the free market really isn't free, so on and so forth. But they might be making a valid point. And there's sometimes more than one way to skin a cat, which is a really gross saying. But
proceeds to say it
because I didn't have another one in my pocket. But you can see that there's a space for debate and be like, you know what? Let's vote on it, and whatever happens, happens. And we're still friends at the end of the day. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing.
I just want to say.
Stick to your goal. Uh-oh. Light-skinned lady done put on her sunglasses.
Spotlight. If you need Night of the Day to do that entertainment section.
That we can do unbiased.
Yeah, I will.
Well, it's going to be honest. It's going to be unbiased.
It's going to be real honest.
Yo, she sang flat. I'm sorry.
So I'm just letting you know. Spotlight. If you need somebody to tell you about some things going around town, call us.
Yes.
Call me, not Jay.
Yes.
Call me.
Sure. It's absurd, but sure.
Okay. Let's shake it up a little bit. Y'all know that I love talking about relationship stuff because I don't know why, but
Yeah,
I do. Maybe because I'm a girly. I don't know. I'm a girly girl, and I live vicariously through my single friends who always have these like really great stories about dates and stuff. So I found this thing that said romantic low cost activities. So there, you hear about the complaints that taking someone out usually is like a $300 night, right? Because of inflation, because of social media, because of expenses. So I'm very creative and I'm always finding ways to do things low cost. And it doesn't even have to be date wise. It could just be me doing stuff with my kids. So I thought this was pretty interesting. So just to read off a few, set up a picnic in your living room with fairy lights and a blanket where you cook or you order food in.
So romantic, fairy lights. You are so right, Naj. I have always been like, why don't we do fairy lights?
Do you even know what fairy lights are?
No.
They're just the little twinkle lights.
Oh, okay.
It just has a romantic set. You're so... you can swap those out for candles.
I want a man light. I want a black light. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Watch the sunset together while making a playlist of songs that remind you of each other.
So beautiful. That's awesome too. What else?
Lisa, I'm sorry, honey. Because, oh my God. Let me see. Give each other massages using lotion or oil you already have.
It ain't gonna stay a massage for long, y'all. It ain't gonna stay no massage. You know what I'm saying? But that lotion is cheap. Baby oil too.
Pick random ingredients from your kitchen.
Hot sauce.
And challenge each other to make the best.
Paprika. Honey.
Let me just tell you something. Just because you married and locked in, that don't mean nothing. I want to be wined and dined.
Get that honey out.
You hear me? I want to be. I want you to.
Taking the honey. The honey.
I hate that noise. Don't you ever stop.
The honey, keeping it romantic.
Oh my God. You just ruined everything. I tried, y'all. I tried. I'm sorry. Wow.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about E-Clipse.
Okay.
Is it E-Clipse or is it Clips?
No, the clips. The clips.
The Clips.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
Excuse me. I have no idea. I know who Pusha T is. I don't know this other man. Malice. And I ain't never. That's how you say it? Okay.
Yeah, you don't remember the grinding beat as a kid?
All I remember is everybody playing it in the lunchroom. I don't remember who it was by.
Cool. That's fine. I'll cool.
I'm still young. I'm still young.
So I brought this up to have a bigger conversation, and this would be a point if you have some thoughts about it.
Good morning, Arena.
If you have some thoughts about this, I'm going to make a point to go into something else. I was watching the clips because they dropped a new album, and I saw a clip of the Clips with their tiny.
You really thought you was doing
right, doing their tiny desk concert, and I think it was Pusha T had some bars.
His hair drives me crazy.
I have no idea.
He looked like he got a perm and then decided to twist it up or braid it, so the ends is not curling; they just straight.
So he was looking directly in the camera, talking about Jim Jones. And
don't Jim Jones got dentures?
So listen, these men are, I think they're older than me. I think they're both like 50, right? And as someone who grew up in the sort of heart of battle rapping and beef and all that kind of stuff between like Ice Cube and Dre and then 50 Cent and Ja Rule, like I've seen all of the tough talking and right?
Sorry, you are shaking my couch.
Exactly. And on one hand, I understand that energy and I come from that. Like, you know, all of that hyper masculine, right? But I'm 50, right?
You're not 50.
I'm almost 50, and these guys are 50. Like, I understand that when you're in your 20s and even early 30s to an extent, but like, At a certain point, okay, like please, I'm here for the old. Like Nas is killing it as a rapper. Black Thought killing it. Like I'm not knocking being an older rapper, but I am knocking rap beef in your 50s and making meanie poems to each other on the screen as though it's like cool and you look tough and manly.
Meanie poems?
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's how it looked. At a certain point, I'm like, my God, I can't imagine being my age at this point and like talking to the camera, saying like, what I'm a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm not saying that these guys won't do something. Please, I'm not trying to call him a punk and anybody saying that they won't throw hands or stab somebody, whatever y'all want to do. But I'm like at 50, like, at a certain point, I was looking at it. I was like, "Oh my gosh! Like, don't we grow past this at a certain point? Like, I'm not going to look in the camera and offer, meanie poems."
What is so? Let me get this. I have a question.
Yeah.
Because we just came off of the most, I guess, the most significant rap beef of my generation,
for sure,
with Kendrick and
even that was a little different to me, but go ahead.
What is the purpose of a rap beef?
And that is a great question.
Like back in the day, obviously they wanted somebody to die.
No, back in the day, it actually started as like, it's almost like the same thing as like, when you see battle dancing, there was no malice to it. There was just like, you're just trying to see who can rhyme the best. And there might be an insult, there might be a little something, but it's not like, it wasn't supposed to be like your expression of real beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a real issue with someone, the last thing I'm going to do is go on camera and record a song for you, like saying how much I don't like you. I'm going to address you directly, or I'm going to call a lawyer. That's my whole point.
I'm gonna call a lawyer.
Yeah, like I don't know which direction, but if it's at that level, I'm not writing you a poem, and I'm not going to say the poem with the mean face in the screen. Like, we can be done with all of that. That's that 20s energy. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm gonna do next time I get mad at Jay, I'm gonna write him.
Right, think about that.
I'm gonna write a diss track.
But that's the point. Like, I understand that rappers rap. Yes.
Who's gonna help me write my diss track? Like, I need somebody. I need you to tag whomever, and me and Jay are gonna write diss tracks. But like, it's really just gonna be me because he's not allowed to diss me.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like, if imagine right now, right? If we found out, I'm gonna pick somebody who I like to make the point that there's no problem. Like, imagine if G Dash did something that made me mad. Like, he said something that insulted me, or I saw him out and he said something.
You pull out your mic.
So what I'm going to do, G Dash, is if you upset me in public and I got a real problem with you. I
wouldn't want to diss him.
But I'm just saying, what I'm going to do then is like, oh, word? I can't stand you, G Dash. You whack that. What you going? Like, no.
First of all, you didn't rhyme.
But it doesn't matter. But it's like, that's the response. No, I'm going to call you. Rhyme. Or I'm going to call you, I'm going to pull up, I'm going to call a lawyer. That's it, if it's a real problem. Otherwise, what are we doing here, guys? This is not WWE, but it is WWE. So, yeah. I say all that to say, that brought me to the next thought, which is...
There's a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. So that's like a hyper expression of what you would maybe think of as like traditional masculinity. Like, that's like manly. That's like the man. Like, I'm mad and I'm like...
to do a diss track? Battle rap?
The whole energy of it is like...
Is it the same as battle rap? Is a diss track battle rapping?
In a way, they can yes and no.
I know a battle rapper that I went to school with, and he is very aggressive.
And so...
I almost can't watch it.
and so that energy is perceived as like being hyper masculine, right? But I had another thought. So my question is to you, because I don't want to give my thought, is what is real masculinity to you? What is masculinity to you? Seriously. I know I put you on the spot. Yeah.
In art?
No, just in general, in life. Like, what does a man bring to the table, and what is masculinity to you? Like, real masculinity. What is it?
that's hard because masculinity doesn't mean man to me.
Okay, say more.
Oh God, I don't know if I want to go into this.
Okay.
So you can be. I don't know. This is a tough one because
if you don't want to play with that fire, fine.
I just want to say I am understanding that there are people who are masculine who may not identify as men, right? And then there are men who don't identify as being masculine, right? I think for me, my ideal partner, I want a masculine presenting male figure. I want someone who is protective. I want someone who is going to make sure that I am good, like take out the trash, lift up the heavy stuff, handle the big things that I can't quite handle. Someone who's going to go to the door, answer the door to greet whoever is coming to my door, and then, be the man of the house. Things like that. I mean, that's very surface level, but
so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The thought that I had in thinking about the clips that I don't think most people.
J. Joseph Taylor said, "Bruh, such a deep question." Is that his voice? No, his voice is deeper.
Ain't no.
Bruh, hold on. Let me get.
Bruh. Hold on, no. Bruh. It's such a deep question.
That's J. Joseph. And it said back then it was about who represents the culture, because representing is a privilege to be on a mic, because the culture can't be misrepresented by those who don't live it. And then G-Dash said, you just missed it, because he's
did he miss what I'm saying about you?
He's afraid to write a diss track about you, D-Dash. Just put that out there.
Go back and rewind the show afterwards.
He said, an extremely deep question, great conversation to have. Yes, it is.
So one of my thoughts in response to watching the clips, do what they did on the tiny desk is, and I don't think most people really think about it, and I could be wrong, and this could be a little bit sexist, but I feel like one of the things, like true masculinity, that if a real man steps into the room, there's a sense of calm. Have you ever considered that? Like, things will get calm because there's nothing to worry about in terms of you being physically safe and in terms of just getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Like I remember and it was a kind of a sexist thing. I'll take that. But I was working in a dental office, and one of the EFTAs, who happened to be a man, and I think he's Ukrainian. And he had this heavy accent tone, spoke like, and he walked and he says, watch, he was basically saying that when I walk in the room, things chill out. They calm. He brings order. And not to say that women don't and can't do that, but like all of that rah-rah, it almost creates chaos. And I think a lot of men always...
He said, JJ said calm or order?
Both. Both. And that's not to say a woman can't do that, but like when the football coach walks in, or when, like, I think about my friend Tony, it's like when he walks in the room, things kind of like, whew, okay, we can relax, because not only do we have answers to the questions, but like everything just feels settled. Yeah. And I feel like even here, like with my home, when I'm not home, there's a little bit of uneasiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm here, it feels more settled. And not that I'm the manliest man, but I think that's one of the things that we can offer in a way that I don't think is often recognized.
I think so. This is where I'm at with this. Mm-hmm. Equating masculinity to being a man is our typical move. Mm-hmm. But then you mentioned this. You said in like a side thing that it's not that women can't be. I think about, for instance, countries that have a female president, right? Mm-hmm. They selected her because she was strong enough, she was smart enough, and she was able to lead and have order.
Absolutely.
So does that to me mean that she is masculine?
I don't know.
And then I dig even deeper and I say, well, I don't think that that being able to have order is a masculine thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No, I'm listening. Absolutely.
So I'm trying to figure out for myself. I also don't think that I've looked at it as okay, the best example would be my dad. I look at him as a man. My dad is a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my dad is
for sure
handyman. He has been my therapist at times. He has done the tough, rough stuff. He's fought people. Like, he's been in the military and been a leader and, has led my family. So, like, I look at him as a man, but the thought of masculinity that was not in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So when you introduce the thought of masculinity,
all of those things that you said he does settle you.
Yes, but is that masculinity?
I don't know.
And that's because then femininity, because when you put it in that context, then it almost says that femininity is not filled with order, and
I would never say
there's no calm, and there's no, which is not true.
Absolutely.
I don't think that
it's definitely not true. You're right.
Right. I don't think that womanhood and manhood and femininity and masculinity, I think they have different. I think they're different.
Okay.
I think it leans more towards the softness versus the rigidness.
And that is part of where I got the I thought from, because as I'm watching him be all hyper aggressive, one of the things that men do, and one of the biggest pieces of bullshit in the world, is the idea that men aren't emotional. And
y'all real sensitive.
What we do is, instead of being like, I'm sad or my feelings are hurt, is it all goes to anger. And that somehow becomes like the masculine thing. Men can be angry, but we can't be sad. And we turn it into that. And that's all of that is like, all of that rah, rah, rah is just chaos.
So there was, I can't remember who posted it.
And it's not really, it's aggressive, yes, but it's not necessary.
And that's the other thing. People equate masculinity to aggression.
I think that's accurate, though, because of testosterone. It just makes you attack.
The masculine is the natural steward or borders. What's that mean?
I think he's saying that the masculine, when he says borders, it creates like structure, and it. I don't know what he means by steward exactly, so I don't really know what he's saying. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a very interesting conversation. It's not something that I
maybe I'm even using the wrong word, but I really was thinking about the idea of what masculinity actually is and what a positive version of it looks like. And I was watching the clips and I'm like, y'all are coming across all hyper masculine, but in a way it's childish, silly, and it doesn't bring any kind of.
It almost gives it a negative context, which I
yes, and that's where
like
you get the.
And that's the thing. I don't think that they came off hyper masculine. I think they came off hyper aggressive, super aggressive, and this is where you have to be careful with your words because
I totally agree.
I don't want to say that being masculine or feminine means, aggressive.
And I think maybe that's it. Is there some kind of conflation between aggression and masculinity, and maybe they are two completely separate things or not? I don't know.
G-Dash said, calm and order feels like the foundation of protector and provider.
And that's what I feel a man does.
And then
I know women too.
He's saying that we keep the boundaries, not borders. He means boundaries.
Okay.
So you're so here we go again. This is what I'm saying. So you're saying that masculine, the masculine is keeping boundaries and feminine is not keeping boundaries, which I don't feel is accurate because I'm a very feminine woman.
You are.
But I have very strong boundaries.
But could that be your masculine side creating those boundaries?
So then then you have to add in, can you be both masculine and
everyone
feminine?
is. Everyone
but
has
there are people who are like, no, I am not masculine.
No, everyone has a spectrum. When I am being creative and sensitive,
it said a lion doesn't need to prove he's a lion. His presence speaks for itself.
When the man, when he sits in and just chills out, like I'm just trying to say, and maybe this is the wrong exact idea, but to that point, oh God, because this is so sensitive and people get so up in their emotions.
No, but you need to have these conversations. Discourse.
But like when the man, when you like, there's the image, and maybe it's a false image of when the man with this big, manly mane line walks in. He just sits down and just like everybody chill out.
Here's the thing.
The not the tribe, the pride. The pride is safe.
But wait.
And everybody cool. Well, I got this.
Here's the fallacy in that connection.
Okay, cool. That's what I was, yep.
The fallacy is that animals have structure. Like they have their intuition and the way that they do things has been the same. It's very like, yes, you have evolution and things change, but for the most part, it's instinct.
Yeah.
The male lion knows that this 20 acres is his 20 acres, and anybody who steps over that line is getting their ass whooped. And he knows that his lionesses are going to go and catch dinner and raise those babies, and he's going to lay around in the sun until it's time to get up and secure his 20 acres. The human man, that is all over the place.
Yeah, because it's not that kind of world anymore.
How you were raised, what you ingest in your body, who you decide to be with, drugs, alcohol, like that. Unfortunately, we are not at that space where we can continue to compare ourselves to
but I think that some of that, like still humans aren't that old on the timeline of history. And I think that some of those instincts are still there, even though they might not be necessary.
And so to answer your very first question about manhood and masculinity and all that, I choose partners that have the lion energy of protecting his pride and his 20 acres.
And that protective energy you just said.
While also, because a lot of people,
gives you calm.
Allowing me the space to go and get.
It gives you calm and peace.
Does that make sense?
Yes, of course. It gives you a sense of... I don't agree
with the multiple lionesses having babies.
Of course. But you get the idea.
It's going to be my man lion and me lion.
But
we lying together.
And I'm not saying like when the...
See what I did?
Yes. But... One of my favorite rap lyrics is, I got a lion in my pocket. I'm lying. I got a 9. Sorry. I just gave you the clips bars real quick to give you that kind of masculinity, right?
Aggression.
So it's an interesting thought. And I think that fundamentally we'll probably, because I think you got to rock and roll to work,
that no, my manager's watching. I'm good.
There needs to be more discussion. Exactly why he's watching, because you need to get up. No, so it's like, what is the good part of masculinity, and how can we get it more from our men? Because it is needed, and it always will be needed. And I feel like with that instance from the clips, that it gave actual, not that they were trying to give a positive or negative example, but it's like it was another example of anger and aggression that is falsely sometimes understood as like what a man should be. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. Sometimes it's cool to just be calm, not responsive.
I like the type of...
And to be cool. All the rah-rah is the same thing, and then I'm going to be quiet. As being in the club or at a bar, and you got the one dude who is the loudest, who can't fight, or isn't the best, and you got the other dude who's in the cut, chilling out, leave that dude alone. It's the same idea. Like, shut up.
I like the masculinity that has the discernment to know. That has the discernment to know when it's time to buck up and when it's time to lay low.
And it's not that discernment is rarely going to be, now's the time to scream and offer threats. I'm either on or off. That's it.
Yeah. So great discussion. Real quick, G-Dash, if you're still watching, can you please put in the chat the time and location of your show? Our good brother has been consistent.
Yeah.
Okay. And
consistency is my consistency. Bars.
I'm so sorry, G Dash. Please put your show in the comments, and if you are not watching, we will make sure to share that information because he be getting the heavy hitters on his show, and he is way more organized than we are.
Speak for yourself.
I'm gonna punch you in your face.
Is that your masculine side?
That's my masculine side. So yeah, that's it. I'm spent. I'm actually exhausted now. I'm gonna fall into my feminine side and go lay down under a tree and hope that a masculine individual will come and make sure that I am not.
I'm gonna get more masculine and go chop down a tree. All right.
We love y'all. Day. Thank you for watching the foolishness. Sorry we was late. We'll see you again next Thursday at 9:30. Bye.